Up, guys? It's your girl Di, back with a whole nother video. You guys can see by the title, I'm about to do my high school experience. All right, so basically, let's start by ninth grade. All right, ninth grade year was by far, I hated my ninth grade year. That's where I found out like who was my real friends and who wasn't my real friends. Let's start by saying my ninth grade year, I had 3 best friends. Deja's still my best friend. We're my best friends. So we were all best friends or whatever, and we had a lot going on that year. I don't know what, like, we just broke apart basically. We went our separate ways, and we chose to do that, but we still like kind of wasn't, we was on and off, you know. So we had our ups and downs or whatever, but this is not a story time on like how, you know, that. So like, you just, in ninth grade I found out like who my real friends were and who weren't my friends. So simply I simply feel like once you get in high school, well, when you're in middle school, you're like, oh, I have all these best friends, I have all these friends. Once you're in high school, it changed. Like, your friends start dropping, and you start losing a whole bunch of friends. Literally, like, I know that everybody says this, but it's true. Like, people that you think that you're about to ride for a long time, you're not. Like, honestly, you're not. So like, honestly, my ninth grade year, I didn't like my ninth grade year. I had to transfer to Hawthorne High. I'm not gonna say the school that I went to because I don't like the school. No, actually, I'm gonna say the school. Okay, so I went to Lawndale, and then I had to transfer to Hawthorne High. In the 3 weeks, oh my gosh, 3 weeks before school let out, they were like, you go into Hawthorne High, basically, the school. So they got my papers and everything, all that. So so basically, let me tell you, it was just a lot of drama. Like, everybody did not like me. I was always in the dean. No, first of all, I was always in office. Went from the office to always being in the dean's office because nobody liked me. You feel me? It started off with like a couple, I think it was like 2 or 3 Hispanics that didn't like me. Then it went to like black girls that didn't like me, and I didn't understand why. You get me? I'm like really easy to get along with. I'm very nice. I'm very cool and chill or whatever. But yeah, of course, you know, you're gonna always have like haters, and you're gonna always have girls that don't like you. So simply go into high school knowing that you're gonna have girls that do not like you or try to fight you or anything. Like, you make sure you know that girls are gonna always try to fight you, no matter what. Regardless if you're in elementary, middle school, high school, you're always gonna, especially if you're really pretty with long hair. Girl, I got inches. I'm just playing. But that, just thinking about it, like, going back to looking at, dang, these girls really didn't like me, and I feel like it was because they thought, they were jealous of me, basically. That's what I felt. So make sure you go into high school knowing that you're gonna have haters. So my ninth grade year was, my 10th grade year, my 10th grade year was very smooth. I went in like knowing what I was doing, and then I had some stuff like crashing into my high school experience, basically. Like, when my brother passed away, my advice to you guys, don't let outside things interfere with your school. You know, your school, like your school stuff. Because once it came to school, when that whole little situation happened, I was like messed up. I didn't do anything. My grades started to drop, and I was just all over the place, and I didn't know what I was doing, you know. So don't let that interfere with your school. Like, even if it's like something that's going on outside of school, don't let it interfere. Literally, everything else could, I'm not saying like your family issues could wait. I'm saying like make sure you have your school stuff together. I know you're not going to be thinking about that when something else is going on. And that was me. Like, literally, that was me. But personally, I needed to actually think about my school stuff as well as what's going on outside of school. And that means to be, don't procrastinate. Don't hold off on like certain schoolwork that need to be due. Don't miss a lot of school days. Like, don't be absent a lot. Literally, don't be absent a lot. My 10th grade year, I was absent a couple of times. Like, once school was ending, I was absent a lot. So my 11th grade year, I didn't like my 11th grade year. Like, I personally didn't like my 11th grade year. I liked my 10th grade year. So, okay, I didn't like my 9th grade year. I liked my 10th grade year. I didn't like my 11th grade year. Well, I didn't like my 11th grade year. Didn't like it. I hated it. Like, honestly, being honest with you, I hated it. Like, it was by far, I didn't like it. It was just so, it had me, like, all over the place. And then you had to, of course, you had to get your SATs and your ACTs. It was a lot of testing and it was a lot of work. Like, literally, I loved my teachers from my 11th grade year. Don't get me wrong. But it was a lot going on, you know? Like, it was testing and I had to do all this work and then prepare for senior year. And then preparing for senior year, I don't know why I had to do all that, because I didn't really do half of the stuff that I was supposed to do in senior year, you know? So preparing for senior year, making sure every single one of my grades are good, because 11th grade counts. Literally, it counts. Like, if you do bad your 11th grade year, just expect to do bad your 12th grade year. Like, literally. Make sure you always on time. I already know I said that. On time, stand, showing up every single day. Like, I had no problem with absences. My 11th and 12th grade year, I never had any problems with that. My 11th grade year, I actually was very distracted a lot. I had got distracted more than what I wanted to do. I got distracted and I was doing drill for a point in time. I was doing dance. I was doing drill and dance. And drill and dance, I was more into dancing. So it kind of interfered with school. Drill interfered with school, so then it interfered with dance, and then it messed me up, you know, period. I love drill, like, don't get me wrong, it was cool, but it just interfered a lot with what I had to do. I didn't get home, I had practices, and I didn't get home until like nighttime, and then I had school the next morning. So it was just too much on me. It was too much on my plate. So if you're not the type of person that you could do school activity, like out, like after school activities, and you could do school, if you're not that type of person, don't do it, because if you're trying to force yourself to do it, you're gonna be all messed up, like, literally. I know I keep saying literally because that's my word. That been my word lately. Seriously, like, that really been my word. But also, okay, my 12th grade year, let me go there. My 12th grade year, that was the year for me. Like, I did the best my 12th grade year. Like, I was not giving up on myself my 12th grade year. I was not giving up on myself. I had a goal. Honestly, I set a goal in 9th grade year, and I told myself I wanted to actually graduate with a 3.5 or 3.6 or higher GPA. I graduated, I believe, with a 3.6. I was so happy. I was like, this is my goal. Oh my gosh, you know. And it was just something about my 12th grade year. I got honor roll. I never got honor roll. All my life, I never got honor roll. So that was an accomplishment for me. I had got honor roll. I was student of the month 2 times, July and August, 2 months, 2 different teachers. So that means, like, you know, teachers was actually looking at me and looking at my effort. Anatomy, it was competitive for me. I do not really like science, but I did pretty good in anatomy. It was a lot simply because taking anatomy, it opened up my mind to certain things, and I was just like, I was more so like, I want to take something fun. I don't want to take something boring like physics. But I kind of feel like I did a good job with anatomy, even though I really have I had my hard times, like literal, like for real. But I believe I passed my anatomy class with a B. My finals, I passed every final. I was so happy. I passed every final my 12th grade year. Every final. Never, I didn't fail not one final my 12th grade year. My government class, I got an A. So I had got straight A's, 1B. And I was so happy, y'all. Like, y'all don't understand. I felt so accomplished. My advice to you guys, when you guys get in 12th grade year, do not slack. Do not slack, because you will get senioritis. You will. No matter what, you're going to get senioritis, but do not give up on yourself. I know that I start to give up on myself, but honestly, I kept going only because I wanted to make myself proud, and I had a goal that I wanted to push myself to that point where I felt proud of myself, and I wanted to feel like, dang, you did it. You know, you did it. Not only you graduated with what you wanted to graduate with. And I was pushing myself no matter what, pushing myself. So then, yeah, so like my 12th grade year was very smooth, like very smooth. I stayed out of drama. I didn't look into too much of drama. I didn't do all that. I didn't talk too much to a lot of people. I kept my circle super small, and that's what you kind of have to do. Certain, like high school, especially high school, you have to keep your circle small, because everybody will talk smack about you. Everybody will have this about you or that about you. You know, you can't talk to everybody. You cannot talk to everybody, because everybody, once you guys get into, like, say you get into argument that with that person you told everything to, let me tell you, they gonna tell everything about you, depending on who the person is, you know. But that person that you told everything to may get out and get told by this person or that person or that person, and then it spreads. That's how rumor spreads, you feel me? And then somebody, whoever don't like you, is like, that's why this and that, that's why this and that, you know, you get me? That's why I'm like, the biggest thing that I learned about high school, people won't talk. People won't talk. But it's your job to push through it, and it's your job to ignore it. Ignore what people have to say about you, because at the end of the day, you're trying to get your degree. You're trying to get your diploma. You're trying to get your bachelor's degree. Whatever you want to get, you're trying to get. So push yourself no matter what. I'm not saying, I feel like you don't have to go straight into a UC or a certain, like a Cal State or anything. You don't have to. But me, I'm going straight into a community college because I want to transfer, and I wanted to make it easier for me so that I can transfer, you know. But also, your 12th grade year, I feel like you guys should focus on what college, the exact college that you want to go to, because not everybody is eligible to get financial aid. You have to look into not only the school, you need to look into how much it is, look into how much you're going to be paying and all that, you know. You have to look into that, look into financial aid if you're eligible to get financial aid. I'm pretty sure everybody is eligible, but not everyone will be eligible, simply because, you know, sometimes like it messes up with your parents or whatever case may be. But make sure you guys do that, like get out there and do what you have to do. Like honestly, as seniors, as juniors, whatever you are, make sure you get out there. Even if you're not a senior right now, make sure you're looking into colleges, and make sure you're focusing, and make sure you're staying on top of your your books or on top of whatever you have to stay on to. Like, you get me? That's all I want to talk about today. I wanted to tell you guys my experience and advice on how to stay focused. And you know, staying focused doesn't mean that you can't do fun things, because you could do fun things when you stay focused, but just make sure you're around the right crew. Make sure you're doing what you have to do, and make sure you're not easily distracted, because that will mess you up as well. So also, guys, I am definitely looking for someone to give me to make an intro for me. I need an intro, guys. Like, honestly, I really need an intro. So if you guys are interested in making me an intro, just make sure you guys follow my Instagram at queen.die_, which is queen with a V, not a U. And you can follow me on Twitter at BelizeanBaddie _1_, not 2. So if you guys are interested in that, just make sure, don't be scared, just make sure you can edit like anything, I don't know, but just give me the best intro, like honestly, off tops, the best intro, you feel me? As long as it's not copyrighted music. Just make sure, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you guys subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.